Alright, today we're going to take a look at the new Cadillac XTS and the integrated CUE system inside. Alright. Cool startup feature for the CUE. Push button start. We're going to start it up. Alright. You can see this is the one with the analog dials. We still have a small screen below where you can access different sorts of information there from your steering wheel keypad. Come over here to the main screen. There we go. And right now we're on the radio. It's sort of set to whatever you left it at last, so let's just go to the home screen in a second. But first, we're going to take a look at the 4 things that you always have access to up here. And dismiss. You have access to your climate controls, which you can sync both sides. You can control where it goes. You can control the rear. And also the controls down here are all touch sensitive for, you hear that little thud noise that lets you know that you've successfully pushed the button, the heat sensitive pad here. The only controls for the radio are the volume controls that are actually here. Everything else is done up here. So you're going to go back to sound, You have XM that comes standard. I don't want to go through media because it'll actually stop this from recording because my phone's hooked up to it. But you can change the radio and seek and go through if you wanted to browse all the XM stations. You can do that as well. Exit. You go to phone. You have a full keypad. On the iPhone, for some reason, it doesn't really work well with voicemail. It doesn't connect. You have recent calls. You can actually go through your contacts. Sometimes that's one thing, is sometimes you'll accidentally touch with the rest of your hand these things and it'll automatically adjust, even if you're doing something up here. So contacts, you can go through your contacts and do different things that way. And then you have navigation. Now the navigation, compared to the old DTS, which this is basically replacing, is not, it's not as good in my opinion. I mean, it's clearer, it has 3D buildings, and you can control it with your voice, but it doesn't give you options as to what route you like to take. So if you come up here, you can see the overview. You can type in your destination, but when you actually if you actually type in a destination of where you want to go, it won't give you different route options like fastest, shortest, or least amount of travel. The old one you could. So that's my main gripe with the new navigation system. Come down here, you have your main menu button, and you come back and you can sync it to Pandora. You can also access weather if a vehicle comes equipped, and this one isn't. The other vehicle that we have is. And it'll tell you the current weather conditions right now. It's kind of icy out. Control the climate. It's all, you got OnStar as well. You have different audio settings, typical stuff. We can look at it if you want. Come down here to menu. You have different ways you could tag a song if you like it, so you can come back to it later. The basic basic XM radio options. One nifty feature about the system, come down here and you just sort of touch lightly. You have sort of a little hidden compartment. You can plug in your USB cable, which will directly connect your phone or your iPod, etc. to the system, and you can control and access everything through there. Come over here. We have it's connected to the main CUE system, but we have different options while driving, and it's all controlled by this little select button. This is not touch sensitive. You can go left and right, up and down, and push to select. You have up and down volume controls, and you can seek through your favorites. Also, you have your cruise control settings over here, up, down for setting and resetting, turning it on and canceling. This is your voice control over here, and I'll demonstrate that in just a second. Of course, you have a touch button electronic brake. But if you come in here, you have 4 options. You can see your navigation. You can see what you're listening to right now. You can access your phone. You can access settings, which basically give you options for what you see on the side while driving. And same thing over here. I like to leave the speed limit and speed up so you can just constantly look down, because I find it's much easier to see the big number as opposed to looking up here. A couple other things about this car. I guess I could show you some of the settings in here. So if you were to go into sound, you can go to menu, radio media, and you can change between the different stations that you have, or different bands. Your navigation, you can end the route, or you can do voice prompts. So let's do a simple voice prompt. So you push this button.
Say a command, or say help.
Navigation.
Please say cancel route guidance, or say destination.
Destination.
What type of destination? Address, intersection, place of interest, or contact.
Place of interest.
Say the name of the place of interest nearby, or say change location.
Logan International Airport.
To enter the POI name or category for your destination, say the POI name, or the category like this: gas stations, or bags.
Haven't mastered this completely yet. Airport.
Minute mark. Is that
Nope.
correct?
So it's not perfect.
Say the name of the place of interest near what type of destination, address, intersection, place of interest, or contact.
Place of interest.
Say the name of the place of interest nearby, or say change location.
Change location.
Say the name of the place of interest and the city and state that you want.
Boston.
Command not understood.
Logan International Airport, Boston, Massachusetts.
To enter a POI as your desired destination.
Alright, I give up. Anyways, it's not completely perfect, but when you do want to type in an address, I just don't want to put in an actual address on here on YouTube. It does work. It's not perfect. My main gripe is, if you were to come over here and you had to access something, you can't just look down and focus on the touchscreen while you're driving. But the voice commands are good for that, so I guess I could show this.
Say a command, or say help.
XM45.
Tuning to 45 XM.
And you can change your channel that way. So that works. Something else neat about the inside of the XTS, I have this little button right here. If you can see that. But that makes your screen in the back. Let's refocus here. Go up. Or down. You also have a rear view camera with guidelines and also sensors for when you back up. I guess that's as much as I can really show you right now. If anybody has more questions, I could do another video and answer those questions with that. Also, one more nifty feature, you got the glove box. It's touch sensitive, so just touch that, it opens up there. Alright, hope you enjoyed.